Hi there, this is Dave Dubeau from Canadian Profits here with another episode of Canadian Profits TV. Want to send out a big shout out to everybody for this upcoming Halloween. Have fun, dress up, enjoy it with your kids if you got them, your grandkids. Have a lot of fun with it. I'm planning to, that's for sure. My kids are still small enough that at least Andy, who's 10, still likes me to hang around for Halloween. So got to take advantage of those years while I can, that's for sure. So what do we got coming up? Well, we've got a very exciting episode of Canadian Profits TV. We've got two guests on for the show this week. So our first guest with our business breakthrough is one of our mastermind members, Jon Stachyruk, who has been mentored by eBay Larry Acusik. So he's going to share with us some of his ideas on that. For our real estate minute, we've got none other than Ken Beaton talking about getting creative with your real estate investing. And I'll come back at you at the end with a mindset minute talking about shortcuts to success. Stay tuned. All right, here we are at the Super Conference. I got a good friend of mine, Jon Stachyruk. How you doing, Jon?
Great.
So we're going to do a little bit of our business breakthrough segment here. So, Jon, can you tell everybody who's watching a little bit about your experience working with eBay Larry Acusik, and what you've learned over the last year when it not just relates to eBay business, but business in general?
One of the biggest things I learned about business, especially from Larry, is that listen. If you have a mentor, listen to what they say, because it's very important. They've been there, they've done that. Why reinvent the wheel? I didn't, and I just should have. That was the biggest takeaway from me.
Actually, you know what? You did most of the time.
Most of the time, but I also thought I knew more, and it's not that I didn't know more, it's just that there was already systems there, so just follow it. It's nice and simple.
All right, and I guess the big lesson for a lot of people there is find a mentor in the first place.
That is the biggest thing. Like I know Larry said, I stood behind him for a half an hour. You know what, you don't have to. All you have to do, like you got some great writers in the newsletters, contact them, drop them an email, say, how'd you like to go for coffee? Or how would you like to go sweep the front porch or something like that? Or work for Dave.
There you go. Work for free for a little while. That's a great way to do it.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jon.
No problem. Thanks, Dave.
All right, here I am with my good friend Ken Beaton. We're wrapping up the 2011 Super Conference. Ken was one of our featured speakers here, did a phenomenal job talking about creative real estate investing. So, Ken, can you give us a creative real estate investing tip?
Sure, Dave. I guess the tip that comes to mind first and foremost is financing. Most people think that they have to go and deal with conventional lenders such as the banks for financing, and that's naturally most people's first thought. And I love banks, but that's not necessarily the first place I go. The best deals I've ever been successful at are deals that I was able to structure with private money and create the deal with the private money, and once the deal was created, then go to the banks and refinance after the fact. And those were the greatest deals I've been able to.
So for private money, you're talking about an investor who'll put up the entire purchase price of the property?
Yeah, it can be individuals like that. It can be your neighbor who's got a line of credit on their house, or it could be a family member who's got a line of credit and they're willing to lend money to you. So there are true hard money lenders out there that you can get hold of through your mortgage. A good mortgage broker will have a source of hard money lenders. They're going to be a little bit more expensive than the ones that you can find yourself. So start networking with people. Start asking family, friends, relatives, what they have in their cash, what they have for lines of credit. Somebody can borrow on their line of credit at 3%. You pay them 12%. They're just making good money themselves. And it's put you in a much better, stronger position to be able to find really good deals.
Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for speaking at the event. Thanks for being part of Canadian Real Estate Profits. And thanks for being my friend.
Oh, I'll give you a hug, Dave. My pleasure.
All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed those segments with our guest experts. And for today's Mindset Minute, I want to talk about a shortcut to success. So a lot of us are looking for shortcuts, and shortcuts have gotten a bad rap, justifiably so, because A lot of people are really looking for the big easy button. Well, that's a challenging thing. Typically you've either got time or you've got money. Quite often people don't have a heck of a lot of both at the same time. So here's the thing. If you're looking to a path towards success, you either have to put a lot of time and effort into it to learn the skills that you need, or you need to invest a fair amount of money to buy those skills. So this recently came to me very, very firsthand in my own experience in the last few weeks, last month or so actually. There was a specific business skill set that I was lacking in. And I had a couple of choices. Choice one was to go out and find a whole bunch of courses, books, materials, etc., and learn it the hard way, which is kind of the tendency that I have, because I do enjoy learning and I'm a little bit cheap. The other option was to go out and find somebody who's accomplished what I want to accomplish and invest what I needed to invest to have them transmit that skill to me. So that's exactly what I did. It took me a while, but I finally came to the decision that I was going to invest $10,000 in a one-day consultation with a company down in the United States to learn a bit more about, no, a lot more about doing sales presentations. So that was a lot of money to cough up. Took me a while to get around to doing that, but after I heard some of the results they were getting from some friends of mine, decided to go for it. I did it. Long story short, that investment I was able to get back multiple times within 10 days of doing that one-day consult. I took advantage of this gentleman's over 10 years of experience and more than 3,000 presentations that he's given. He's tweaked it, he's got it right down, he's got it absolutely nailed. He showed me how. He actually helped me craft the presentation. It worked very, very well. People loved it, people really enjoyed it, and it just worked like gangbusters. So there are two ways to do things. You can learn the hard way or you can take the shortcut, but it's probably going to cost you something. So figure out what it is that's holding you back. What is the skill set that if you got it down, if you got it figured out right away, would leapfrog you to the next level fastest, and then do whatever you have to do to get that skill set. That's your Mindset Minute for this week. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. It's brought to you by none other than, speaking of Ken Beaton, our guest on the call, it's a live online event that I'm going to be holding with Ken Beaton on Tuesday, November the 1st. It's called Creatively Canadian Real Estate Investing. If you haven't already registered for that, you can go to CanadianProfitsWebinar.com. All right, next week, we've got another guest speaker on, a guest presenter for Canadian Profits TV. We've got myself. I'll be talking about business breakthroughs, back to the basics. For the Real Estate Minute, our good friend Paul Blackyer will be coming on, talking about a $50,000 mistake you don't want to make. And for our Mindset Minute, I'll have a great idea for you as well. So stay tuned and see you next week, and have a fantastic Halloween. Take care. If you're looking for a phenomenal deal, check out our $1 deal on the banners to the right. It's one of our best blast from the past CDs with one of our most popular contributing writers. So check it out now. Click on the banner to the right.
The Canadian Profits membership program is amazing. It's the one place for Canadianized information for business owners and real estate investors. You can't go wrong with monthly newsletters, teleseminars, and webinars. Click on one of the banners to the right of this video and become one of the great ones.